My name is Chris Claremont. You're watching Omni X-Men.
Hi, I'm Bob McLeod, and you're watching Omni X-Men.
What is up, gang? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, you are tuning in to another Omni X-Men episode where we break down X-Men issues from these great omnibus that Chris Claremont had written from his heyday. I'm excited for tonight. Another great issue. We're breaking down Uncanny X-Men 204. Don't mind me. I'm losing my voice a little bit, dealing with a little bit of a head cold here, but hopefully won't let it go out here. I was just streaming moments ago. If you guys were following, for me and John and Noah, we were just talking about some music, breaking down albums for a Tribe Called Quest. That was really fun. But yeah, so back-to-back shows, not a great voice. We'll see how we do. But of course, it's not just me. It is my co-host and good friend, and the guy who was going to have to do more of the talking tonight, John from John's Comics for Kids. Oh, Kurt. Is that Kurt?
I'm the Nightcrawler.
Did you just get that?
Was that? No, sorry.
Did you just get that?
I know I've had this toy for a while.
Nice.
It came with a little sword. He's
Nice.
got a little saber.
Oh,
yes.
that's perfect.
We got a Nightcrawler, an all Nightcrawler issue tonight. Whoop,
Yes,
whoop.
yes, we do. Oh yes, we got a good one. Yeah. So like I said, I'm losing my voice a little, John. So bear with me. I'll try not to cough in your ear. And
most people can't get me to shut up. Now you won't be able to do it at all.
Yeah.
Success.
A couple things to note here about tonight's show. It's gonna be a little more unique than normal. Of course, if you're just joining us, yes, we're gonna do our trivia at the end after we break down Uncanny X-Men 204. So stick around for that. The trivia questions will be based on last issue from 203. And then, of course, shout out to our artist of the season, the Fraim brothers, giving away a really awesome commission piece from them at the end of the season. That's how you can win that, by answering the trivia questions and getting your name on the board. There it is right there. A thing of beauty for sure. Thank you to the Fraim brothers. Again, I put their links in the description below. Definitely hit them up. And of course, hit up John if be ready if you're not already following John, because we will be back on John's channel next not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. We're taking 1 week off here.
That Barry Windsor Smith. We got a Barry Windsor Smith issue coming up. He's done those life death issues we liked so much. Now he gets to tackle some Wolverine. So we are very excited for issue 205 in 2 weeks.
That'll be good to give me a little extra time to read that. And so it's a unique evening because normally we have our guest on with us. And you'll see in the description that we do have a guest. Unfortunately, I have not heard back from our guest in the last 24 hours. So shout out to Dan from Dan's X-Men Comics. He is a great friend. We've both have gotten the chance to meet and hang out with him and hunt with him. And he's part of Colossus's crew and the Council of X, and he has been on the show before. Unfortunately, I don't know, we might just have had mixed up times or scheduling or whatever the case.
Try to send people the schedule pretty regularly. In fact, I look back through my chats with Dan, and it's pretty much all I've been talking to him about is just like but I think I last messaged him in the middle of February because we had moved his episode from the 10th to the 3rd. And I wanted to send him an update, but he may have just read it too quickly and missed that the date had shifted by a week. So it could be
possible. It's all good. Dan, if you watch this back later, we love you, man. We're just going to do this.
I don't like him at all.
We're going to do this solo tonight. Solo duo. The two of us tonight. I figured this would kind of work out to my advantage with my cold here. So, maybe a little less talking at some point. I don't know. I feel like I'm already throwing a lot of nonsense words out there, but anyways, so Dan, we love you. We will get you back on the show at some point for sure. And shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us right now and watching the replay. Let's say a quick hello to the chat, and then we will get into it. Ryan, Magic Lasso, kicking it off, saying Omni Xers, Justin, John, Dan, the chat, Disco Dazzler, Diana Ross, Rachel Dinners, Diana Prince, and all my friends. Happy show. Love it. Love the intro. Good to see you, Ryan. Johnny saying, here we go. My man, Matt, Impress Comics. Everybody doing tonight? Good, doing good, Matt. Doing good. Hope you are well. Let's see. Jackson Roy Kirk in the chat. What is going on, Roy Kirk? We got Big Daddy Ross. He was the one I was just streaming with him and Noah a few minutes ago. Good to see you again, John.
All the Johns.
All the Johns. Can never have too much Johns. Well, we got Adam make stuff.
Hey,
up. What is up, Adam? We have our good friend Candace Barbosa in the chat. What is going on, Candace? Good to see you. Let's see. People saying hi to people. Let's see. Scrolling. Did I get everybody? I see more people saying hi. Oh, we got Colossus Collector. We were just talking about him. Good to see you, sir. As always, love the Kurt Wagner impression, John. There you go.
Welcome in.
So he does all week.
The X-Men show.
Ryan, all week he was practicing that.
Yeah.
Kept sending me videos. Like
I'm from the Munich circus.
He said, I almost missed tonight because of that old list. See, okay. So it could be the mix-up. It certainly could be the mix-up. See, John has already talked to me about my episode, which is in June. Confirmed.
Try to stay up on these things. What can I do?
We got my girl Sheena in the house. What is going on, Sheena? I was just streaming with her. Broke down Claymore, some fun manga, good stuff there. Earlier or last week. Okay, I think we got Uncanny Derek in the house. What is going on, Derek? Nightmare Fuel.
The accent's not winning any fans. No fans.
Hey, Ryan, Colossus Collector. If
I dropped a note in the Council of X chat.
Oh yeah,
somebody may have forgotten.
Somebody text Dan and see if
it's all right. It's all right. These things.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. As always, we got Ruben Guzman in the chat. Cowabunga, my friend. All right. Let's get into this, John. I was just saying, like, do we have anything else to go over? I guess not. I feel like I'm thrown off here. Ryan said he texted him. All right, all good. Hope he's doing all right.
We shall see.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into this, John. We got 204, and this is a cover that I've always been like intrigued with. I feel like, just again going through anytime you're digging through the X-Men
Stop being nice. This cover is horrible. I hate this cover. I hate this there with a burning hot intensity. I dislike this cover. It's just more. What is the expression on her face? What is the emotion being conveyed by her? It looks like she's about to fall asleep. Is that a sunset? A 2-color sunset? How do you do a sunset that is that boring? This cover is awful. I think it's supposed to be a fun homage to maybe like romance movies of a certain day or what have you. But it is such a muddled mess. The color work is bad. I don't know how you do a bad sunset, but they did it. And this is a book that continually, because of this cover, I avoid reading. Like, I look at this cover. I love Nightcrawler. I love this character. He's my favorite X-Man, not X-woman. But I just look at this cover and I'm just like, I don't want to read this book. Don't make me read this. And then you tell me that Arcade is in it, and I'm just like, okay, look, are you trying to make me walk away from this comic? Because it's one of those books that's an almost deal breaker for me. So yes, there you go.
Wow.
Save your voice a little bit. I'm happy to crap out. And look,
that's great.
Nightcrawler is a fun character. Some artists do some really great work with him. Look at him in this cover. This is bad. Like, he just looks flat. How do you ruin Kurt? I don't even know.
You are not alone here, my friend.
No,
a lot of people highlighting.
I hate this cover.
The way they feel. I do get the movie poster vibe, but yeah, it fails. That's fair.
Yeah.
Candace says she doesn't like the cover either. Yeah, she's not impressed as well. That's no. Look.
But tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. What am I missing that you like about it? Is there anything?
I will say the positive I take out of the cover is the title. Lights, Camera, Murder is a pretty cool title.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool title.
It is.
So that text
those
on this artistic
those
cover,
3 little words. Got it.
is
The corner
you know,
box art is kind of fun.
yeah,
With Magneto included.
Yep. He's at the
Everybody in
top
there,
there.
like 80s looks. Shadow Cat. You got Rachel with the weird ponytail thing, and the mohawk that Storm's got, and then the skunk stripe. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
John
car
says
looks
this.
so stupid. Yeah.
The
It does look bad. It looks like one of those like racers that you do in Boy Scouts where you shave the wood down, the balsa wood racing
terrible.
cars.
Ryan says it's terrible. It's Charles Barker.
Yep, it is terrible.
Derek says this cover has always, quote unquote, always been goofy. There's an episode of the Transformers called "The Girl Who Loves Power Glide," and it's about this lady who loves this robot. And yeah,
all right, good to know.
I love it. These are great. Roy Kirk says, look at John channeling his JP rant. Yeah,
it's what I got. That's all I got.
Might get more. We might get more tonight, guys. Stick around. Adam, why is Psych in the corner? He now has nowhere. Has a new title to ruin. Yeah,
right. And ultimately, this could have been a fun corner box where you just give a Nightcrawler corner box. Like he's the only real mutant in it. Like it could have been a chance to do something different, right?
It's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, well let's keep this thing going here. This is good. This is a good warm up here. Okay, what happened to Nightcrawler? So yeah, we had just come off of a really powerful issue, believe it or not, in X-Men 203, one in which we all gave really high grades to after really reading it again and doing a deep dive on it last week. And so I was really taken by that. And so, naturally, we get an issue like this after, but we were wondering where Nightcrawler was, because he was not in a lot of the Beyonder last couple issues, and we find out here. So one thing to highlight, of course, we get this really gorgeous cover. I do want to give a shout out to the guest penciler June Brigman, who is one of my dad's friends in the business, who I got to meet last year and did not realize who I was meeting. Like I understood she was an artist and she was set up. She had her own table, 2 tables down from my dad at Terrificon. I didn't know what she worked on at that time, and I think she had done what's the young group that we just did a few things on earlier?
New Mutants or the
younger, the little kids.
The Power Pack.
Pack. So she had done some more work with the Power Pack. But so just to highlight June Brigman, who was very nice, by the way. She is the guest penciler. We get Wills Portasio, who's been a guest inker in and out now for the last few issues, who I know goes on to do a lot of great work with X-Men.
Yeah.
So just wanted to highlight a couple things there. But yeah, so we get Nightcrawler, who is sitting out on his deck, his back area, in the rain by himself in the middle of the morning. And Amanda basically walks up behind him and realizes, wow, he's been out there. He never came to bed. He's being weird. He notices her and he bamps in. He goes into the kitchen, kind of shakes himself off, dog style, to dry off in the bathroom. And he immediately comes in and they are kind of in a fight. He's like, she's questioning, like, are you okay? I have Amanda explains, and we love Amanda, right? Amanda explains, she goes, Kurt, I have a job. I have to fly away for, a month or a week or whatever it is. I'm going to be away unless you need me here. Would you like me to stay? She's being a very caring person, a very caring girlfriend, spouse, wanting to make sure he's okay. And he's like been weird. He was like cold. He was like cold shoulder to her. And then after that, he picks up some alcohol. Again, this is like early morning, I think.
Yeah.
And just starts drinking it. And she's like, don't you think it's a little early? And he just starts reminiscing about the time that he was in the Nightcrawler solo miniseries that we had just broke down. And he misses those times of being the hero. And he's showing himself holding, pretending to hold the sword and trying to save her. And she's clearly not interested, kind of like the girl on the front cover, although this is not her. So anyways, they just kind of get into a fight. And at the end, she just says, well, not at the end, but just in the middle says, or even he says, what does he say? Nightcrawler, I love you. Please, I beg you, let me help. Thanks to the Beyonder, all things that had meaning for me, that gave me existence purpose, are dead, destroyed. I don't know who I am anymore, Amanda, or even why I am there, my darling. Now you know. Help me with that. So he's clearly upset because he finds out that when the X-Men were called for the Beyonders, he was not one of them. So there's some mixed things going on in here. He needs a therapist, I think, at this moment. But John, what are your thoughts here on Nightcrawler and why he's acting the way he's acting?
I mean, this is why June, I think, got the opportunity, because she does a great job with the paneling on the inside of this book. I as much as I was harshing on that cover, I love this splash page we get right here. I love the way we get almost this like frenetic ADHD Nightcrawler. He is avoiding his distress, he's avoiding his pain, and he's just trying to like, can I go out and be a superhero at night, or can I, get some nookie with the girl, or can I get drunk, or like he's just trying to like cope, right? He's trying to cope. And this is, as it's not a Secret Wars 2 tie-in, thank goodness, but it does point out something that I think comics don't do enough of these days, which is the ramifications, right? The after effects of a big event. And in this case, Beyonder does a lot of throwing stones into the pond, and Marvel deals with the outcome of all of those things. And for Nightcrawler, it was not that he was that he something was done to him. It was that he was left out, and it made him question the failures of leadership that he had been having in the previous issues a bunch. And ultimately, Nightcrawler is not sure who he is if he's not succeeding as a leader of this team. And he's full of doubt. He's full of distress about this. And ultimately, he's just unsure of how to manage it. And there's nobody to help him, because we know Xavier's on the other side of the universe. We know Scott is Scott. And so nobody is there to really be supportive. Now, we do love Amanda Sefton, Candace. We love Amanda Sefton because she is the opposite of him in this scene, right? She is emotionally available. She is emotionally intelligent. She is compassionate, and all the things that he is unable to be right now. And rather than come closer to her in some way and connect, he is choosing to, throw a Band-Aid on this bleed out he's having. And that's what we're getting here. And it's a very uncharacteristic moment for Nightcrawler, but I'm so glad we're getting it, because he's been going through the washing machine here a little bit. And this is the first time we've sort of taken him out to get a chance to understand what's going on inside, why is it happening, and how is it going to impact him long term. We all know that a few years from now, he's going to be leading Excalibur, and that book is going to be very popular. But to get there from here, that's the interesting journey. And I think this book is a big piece in that. So
yeah, no, well said. And I think, remember, he was just the team leader a couple of issues ago, technically, right? For him to now be left out of this thing, what does that mean? He's kind of in his own head about a lot of this stuff. And that kind of leads me into the next set of pages here. So I'll jump to the next bit, but he does talk a little bit about, he questions the Beyonder. Now, again, we know he's very heavily religious and questioning, his own beliefs and who is the Beyonder compared to his beliefs and of a God and who God is. And so I totally get that part too, of just kind of being thrown off in that regard of who is the Beyonder. He's very tortured by this whole thing. And yet at the same time, and he's also just questioning who's real, what is real. And then he makes the mistake of going to Amanda and saying, "How do I know that?" He's like, "You're a sorceress. How do I know you're not? You just making me love you right now with some potion or snap of the finger, and that this is all fake, And of course, she takes offense to that and says, "If you need to ask that question, then I'm out." So she slams the door, and yeah, you done messed up, Aaron. That's what I was thinking. Nightcrawler. I mean, come on, man. I know you're all up in your feelings right now, but
Don't
you're
ruin
better
a
than
good
this.
thing.
Yeah,
Right?
you're better than this.
The loyalty of a good woman there.
So she goes and storms off, and she had a bag ready and everything. By the way, I don't know how quick she got that bag.
The trip was, she was already planned.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She's going out
traveling.
for a week. That's right.
This is not her dumping him and moving out. This is her
She's
saying,
just like,
you know what? Yeah, I'm not sticking around for your pity party.
That's right. That's right. So she calls the cab, and I like that they do this little cab intro. Now, meanwhile, Nightcrawler is like regretting it. He's starting to immediately think, "Oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have said those things or asked those questions." I like that she gets in the cab, and the dialogue from the cab driver is like talking, but then it goes into her own thoughts, and it's just so real for like a movie scene or like anything else. So I thought that was pretty well done. And then you get this random chick that's in the rain jogging, just on the you know what, I actually don't even have that in
you can just barely see her butt stretching in one of those panels, that red bottom.
Oh yes, yeah. So I think I cut that out as a talking point going to the next bit. But before we get into her, anything here that you wanted to add with?
Well, I mean, Derek is holding down court in the chat. I do agree, justice for sister girlfriend Sefton, which is, for those that don't remember, Nightcrawler was raised by Amanda's parents, so they are kind of like adopted siblings. So I do understand the whole sister girlfriend awkwardness of this. I do get it. No biological relationship here. Let's be fair. They're not biologically related, but yes, awkward. But yes, also really, really cool that Claremont is allowing room in this universe for Nightcrawler to question his faith, right? His faith has been shattered. He has, been a character who has consistently been able to still hold on to his faith, despite the fact that they're battling aliens in far other galaxies, or they're dealing with incredibly powerful characters. And now they have this deity, right? And this is, for Nightcrawler, the second time he's faced down with the Beyonder. And it has shaken him in a big way. Besides the fact that he is already on uneven ground, he is now dealing with this crisis of faith. And yes, to Nightcrawler's credit, he immediately is mad at himself for the way he's handled this, but he can't find another way through it because he has no solid footing anywhere. He can't find anything to hold on to that feels like it would support this crisis that he's in. So, he lets her go, and tragically is not able to connect, and instead just disconnects even further. And it's sad. And to Amanda's credit, she continues to hold out hope and faith that that he'll work his way through it, but understands also that what he does for, I guess, a job, although Nightcrawler's never really had a job outside the circus, is superheroing, and it has its toll that it takes.
Yeah. Yep. And one thing I wanted to point out, I do like the artwork, that the way Nightcrawler is drawn in some of this, even the colors and the inking, like it's really strong, bright blues and reds that they use for him in these instances. So
that top one, when he's kind of like the second panel basically at the top there, when it's like mostly empty, is a little bit of rain, but it's mostly just him, and the musculature, the way that June drew it, it's really, really strong. Yeah. It captures all the like brooding intensity of what he's going through.
Big time. Agreed. All right, so let's keep it going then. So we get this in the background, this chick who's stretching, getting ready for a run. I think the taxi driver even points that out at one point to just say, "Oh, look at this. Some of us are still willing to, get out there and exercise." And so she's stretching, and we see this odd, bright white truck that comes around the corner. It's a garbage truck, but super clean white, like very unique, suspicious. And then of course we get the famous schlang.
The slang is back.
Is back.
I love it. I love that Nightcrawler even says it. He says, "This truck is the means they use to grab their victims. The slang sound must mean someone's already been taken." Like, it's not only just a sound that is occurring, but it's so regular, right? It's so consistent.
Oh yeah.
that superheroes are even able to say, "Oh, that's the slang sound. I guess that must mean something."
Yep. It's like when you smell something and it brings back like a memory or some past or something. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get this Flang, which was I think a Marvel team up technically with Spider-Man, right?
I think so.
When we had read that initial one. So anyways, we all know what we're in store for there if you've read that issue that we're referring to. So of course he jumps down from the branches. Immediately his mind now focuses on, okay, there's danger, there's issue, there's a problem here. Someone is potentially being captured. Let me go check that out. So he bamps over, tries to chase him down. He goes, it says it's like down North Bronx. It goes uptown to the North Bronx is where the truck goes because he ends up following it. And he realizes it's in the same area of where Arcade has always built his murder world, or where it exists. And Nightcrawler even talks about how there's been several times where they tried to report this place, and every time the police try to investigate, there's nothing there to prove that there's a murder world. So I don't know what tricks Arcade has, but he's hiding his murder world very well. And yet what not well enough, because Nightcrawler is able to break in. So he goes through this trash can, and he remembers his way through like all this stuff. It really stuck with him. But you see him here crawling through. He toys with some of the gadgets to make it so that they can't track him entering this building, so that Arcade can't see him, and is able to kind of break in. And then from there, on that far page, we get kind of this dark scene of this girl who we don't know who she is, who was just clearly captured from this garbage can, thrown here, and is being tortured now, essentially for Arcade to do his thing. And he says, hey, someone paid me a lot of money. They want to see you die. This is kind of my game, sweetheart. Good luck. And immediately she gets thrown in and shot out of a pinball, as we remember our old X-Men friends. So, John, what kind of memories is this bringing back for you?
I mean, I hate Arcade. I don't like him. I just can't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Here's what I want. Marvel. I want a book called The Last Murder World, and I want Arcade to pull the Punisher in, and I just want Punisher to kick his ass and kill him. That's what I want. I want that book. Give me the book where the Punisher's like, we're done playing your games. I'm just gonna put a bullet in your head, and the whole thing's gonna be done. Because this is stupid, and you're a psychopath who's been operating for 50 years inside of the Marvel universe. I want the Punisher goes to Murder World, and nobody's the same after. But no, sadly, that's not what we're getting. Instead, there's a lot of suspension of disbelief required in this little bit here.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, the fact that Nightcrawler is instantly able to put the pieces together and know Murder World, I know where to go. On my first try, I know exactly where to get in. I know exactly how to disable all the computer systems so that I can sneak through this place. A lot of suspension of disbelief going on there. Second, that it was that easy for him, and yet at the same time, impossible for the police to ever find a gigantic murder world built beneath New York City. That those things are kind of incongruous, right? They don't go together. The fact that the superhero can find it on the first try, but the police can never find it, is concerning to me.
Yes,
but I do like the bit where Nightcrawler basically says, I could tell the police, but they would never believe someone looking like me. That I buy. That I'm in on.
That's a good point.
That makes sense. Punisher bumps the Arcade. I'm in. Fine. Somebody make this damn book. The second those things become public domain, I'm all in. I will pay someone to write that comic. Heck, I'll write it. I need someone to draw it.
There you go.
The rest is just typical Arcade being Arcade stuff, and you just kind of get used to the way he does stuff. Miss Locke, on the other hand, has been putting in the work. Miss Locke, I don't know what's going on here, but she's been hitting the gym. She's got a new, fancy outfit. I like the hair. I like the whole. I don't know. I think she's taking like Black Canary notes. She's got the fishnets.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The whole thing, Miss Locke. If they bump off Arcade and it becomes Miss Locke's Murder World, sign me up. I want all of the murder worlds with her.
She's way more cutthroat too, I feel like.
Oh, I love it. I love more of her, less of him.
Yeah, agreed. It's funny too. I feel like now that we've hearing these names again, like Miss Locke and even Amanda Sefton, I feel like for the last few times that we've seen Amanda Sefton, Miss Locke is also in the issue somehow, with Nightcrawler, like the three of them, maybe even Arcade. Like, I don't know. It all just seems like these core characters.
You're not wrong.
Because you remember the last issue, the team up, it was Miss Locke who had, Amanda Sefton and the other girls all in those fake cakes or whatever it was.
Those are actual Uncanny issues because it includes Polaris and Havoc and horrible, way worse cover than is that one when it's like, I don't know what Polaris is wearing. Havoc is looking a little funky, and then I think Iceman or somebody.
It was 146. That's right, because I just posted the reprint to it.
It is
146.
Ugly. I hate that cover. But I love the artwork here on this bit. I love the bit where the lady is in black background and there's like the floating Arcade head. Super fantastic. The fun angles we get of Nightcrawler climbing in. This art stuff really, and of course, one drawing of Miss Locke, and I've already signed up for her OnlyFans. Let's get it.
There you go. All right, let's keep it going then. So we are now in Murder World essentially, and this poor girl being bounced around, and Arcade is yawning. He's bored. This is no fun for him. He's a weirdo who wants a challenge in who he's throwing into this thing. He wants them to fight back and try to put up a fight. And as of right now, I mean, it's kind of hard to put up a fight when you're just bouncing around.
Right.
But she does finally break, and she lands into almost a different world. She's in the forest now at this point. She's doing a lot of self-talking, trying to get herself through this. She's telling her own legs to get running and trying to figure things out. She hears some howling in the background, and something like a gun shoots off at her, gets her attention immediately, almost takes her out. So she runs by it. There's like this cavalry of horse riders that they have swords and bayonets and guns, and they're chasing after her. So she starts running and gets tackled by almost looks like it's tackled by the horse. It's a lot going on here. There's wolves involved, all sorts of crazy stuff, John. So this is a bit of an upgrade or I don't know if you want to call it upgrade, but a change in Murder World, because I don't remember all this stuff the last time we were here. But what are your thoughts here, John?
I mean, every video game needs to have its Vice City version, and I guess that's kind of what we're getting here. We've upgraded Murder World to include everything. I mean, it's just it's almost like traumatizing, the fact that we're the record is skipping so bad that you're like jumping around. It's like, are we in a werewolf story? Are we in a arcade pinball game? Are we over here with like the French Revolution and they're like riding her down? In a little bit we'll be in Chinatown, and we'll be dealing with some crazy stuff going on there. Like, there's no logic to it. It does feel, and they don't go out of their way to explain any of it. Nope. It very much feels like Murder World is broken. It's just kind of like skipping around a little bit. So that bit, again, on the writing side, very annoying. But I'm entertained by this woman. Like, I don't know that we've gotten her name at this point. She's just kind of like running wild in this place. But I like that she's just not giving up. She's going all in. She's got this attitude of like I'm gonna survive this thing, even when she's getting like chased by dogs or attacked by swords and guys on horseback. Like, she's just like, no, I'm gonna figure a way out of this thing, and you're not gonna get me today. So if this were I guess it's basically like Saw, right? He's basically Marvel's Jigsaw. This is her heroine who's going to survive to defeat him in the end of the episode. Right?
Yeah. I've always understood Arcade to be kind of like Marvel's attempt at Joker, even though it's really not anything of that sort. But essentially that. Sorry, Roy Kirk says she's way too ... analytical or descriptive of what's happening. I'd be just babbling a string on a string of yells, yells and profanities. I was also, Ryan said, why do you keep calling him Arcade? #Banshee. Great call there.
Fair. That's fair.
I'm with you. I mean, look, and the other thing, I mean, even going into these next few pages, she's like hoping that these things are not real, that they're a hallucination of some sort. And it turns out that to some degree it isn't real, that the horse, that looks like it's going to stomp her out, essentially, misses, or she kind of jumps through the horse's legs. So that is a relief to her. But then she falls down this very real mountainside, essentially, splashing into the water at the bottom. She notices that there are the dogs, or the dogs that are chasing. So the horses stop chasing, but the dogs are still chasing. Luckily, she's in shape because she's able to jump log to log here. Very impressive stuff. This is like those.
It seems very easy for her. She's like, yes. No, this is just like normal. This is my normal workout. I can jump log to. I couldn't do that on my best day.
I'd be hanging on to one. This is like what is it, American Ninja or something like that? It's one of those TV shows.
She's just like log to log. She looks so casual in some of those shots where she's just like, she even stops at one point. She's like, I didn't catch my breath. I'm sitting on the log in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
And then shark attack.
It's you don't want to try to throw someone with so much stamina into Murder World. I think this is where he went wrong. She's definitely in shape, and then she almost gets eaten by what seems to be a real shark. So that was another random. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know what ocean this would represent at this point. They do point out that it's how is a shark here if this is not sea salt or whatever, or seawater or salt water. But then as she flips out of the shark's mouth, or as he's about to chomp down, you get our guy Nightcrawler kind of bamfing through, quote unquote, saving the day the way he kind of said he wanted to, right, in his description from earlier in the issue, and bamfs her away from trouble. And then you get Arcade, who's now intrigued because there's a new player in town, and it's one who he's very familiar with, and so he tries to apologize to her. He's like, "Hey, sorry, just wanted to save you, but we're here now. Everything's good." And she immediately says, "Get away from me." And he's like, "Whoa, no, I'm here to help. I'm here." And she takes a branch, John. She's ready to knock this guy out with a branch, and he's like, kind of like, "Okay, I get it. Maybe you're scared of how I look." But he's also realizing that he's eating the words that he said to Amanda earlier in the issue. So I do appreciate the little bit of a roundabout, of what Claremont was doing here with this. But yeah, so she's like, "How can I trust you? How do I know you're real?" Like all these different questions, very similar to what Nightcrawler was asking. So he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to prove it to you." So he offers his hand. She really has no other choice, so she says, "Okay," and takes his hand. So before we get into the rest of this wild journey that they're on, John, anything you'd like to add to the fake horses, or Free Willy, or Nightcrawler getting thrown back in his own face?
Murder World just keeps going ape. Like, it just gets wild and wild and wild. I love the drawing of Arcade in that yellow light, just kind of putting his fingers together in a little steeple. That's a great bit, and the color work on that, so good.
Oh yeah.
But again, this heroine character, this heroine, is really rising to this occasion. Like, most people get thrown into Murder World, it's going to end up like a lot of the Jigsaw characters in those Saw movies. But she's like, "No, I'm not only am I in this thing, I'm gonna pick up a stick. I'm gonna beat up, and anybody that gets in my way, I'm gonna beat them up. Like, I'm in." So I'm way into this character, and the way that Nightcrawler just is like, fair. He's vibing on the fact that he gets to be a hero again for a little bit, and put his own problems aside and do what he's great at, right? And just be the hero swinging in to rescue the damsel. But because it's I think for him, a nice respite from the stresses that he's been dealing with. The other side of this, though, is that she doesn't really need him. She seems to be doing just fine.
It's true.
So in that way, I think I hope can tell right off the bat that she can handle her own.
Yeah. No, good call. Quick hello in the chat. We got our guy Tony Old Wolf. Tony, dude, we tried to call you, man. We invited you like it was like 2 days.
It's been a couple days. I was sending messages, and you
were just ignoring.
She's already texted me twice. He's texted me twice, I think. Already.
No, we're just kidding, buddy. No,
he sent me his book, a picture of him reading. He's on the page that we're on.
Is he? Yeah. No, we just no. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was miscommunication or what, but our guest was not able to make it tonight. So no, all good, man. We have you booked later, so we'll get you in this show.
Yeah, you can't escape.
Yeah. No, all good, man. Biggest stack wins, Callie says. Yeah,
the big stick. Yeah, the biggest.
Sorry, big stick wins. All right, so yeah, let's keep it going here because the journey continues, and man, John, we get
Yes.
taken into a couple of
Yes.
interesting movie scenes here. Is
Ah.
what I thought of. I don't know about
I
you,
mean,
but
this is legit. Yes, this is.
how
Obviously
right?
at this time in history, we're gonna have to say Road Warrior,
Okay,
but
yes, that's right.
Fury
Yeah.
Road is factual. This is
Yes,
perfect.
the cars I just thought was so
Oh,
close to these, a lot of this stuff,
yes,
whether it was the originals or whatever. But
preach.
so yeah, this was pretty wild. So they get into this vehicle. They don't know if they can trust this vehicle, but Nightcrawler points out, hey, we don't really have a choice.
Right.
He also reminds the girl as well as the reader, for those who know Arcade, that Arcade is not like, look, he's like, look, at the end of the day, Arcade, if he really wanted to kill us, he could just kill us.
Yes.
But he's not in it for that. He wants the entertainment of us trying to survive. And so he might give us tools, or in this case, vehicles that actually might work, because that's our fighting chance. So we really have no other choice. Let's get in this vehicle and go along with it. And sure enough, luckily the car works. Really cool, big wheeled, fake kind of car. But we get this like female arcade. That's
anti arcade.
That's it. Anti-arcade.
I'm glad you're bringing it up.
Okay, because that I had done like a double or triple take as I was first kind of reading this, and we get Anti-Arcade screaming. She's at the, she's holding her fist up. She's in the red car. She has all these crew members with guns and everything, as they're being chased down. She's saying, "Faster, Claude, move in closer." Clearly their vehicles are working like just as fast, if not faster, because they catch up. And they pull up next to them at one point and just start the machine guns going off. And Nightcrawler trying to do his thing. I have to say, I am really enjoying the artwork, and Nightcrawler, the way when he shifts into gear there, and you see him in that middle page right above the vroom, that him in the seat, he looks so focused on driving. It looks so cool. And she's like shocked, she's like, whoa, like looking underneath, there's gun bullets flying underneath her. And you get vroom underneath, which was really neat. And then of course you get the almost like Top Gun-ish, airplane, Mission Impossible. Coming in here, the plane. and don't worry, John, next page we get some, we'll get some more good gifts in here. But but yeah,
I knew when the planes were coming in.
Yeah. So
I was not prepared for the Mad Max though. That's
okay, good. Gotcha there. And then we get a cool Banff again. I like the coloring of him when he's about to jump onto the plane, that bottom, the corner there panel. As he and the driver's the pilot's trying to flip it, all this stuff. So anyways, a lot of like fun action stuff based on movies from the 70s and 80s. But John, what are your thoughts here?
I mean, this part is continuing the absurdity of Murder World. Apparently, and I don't remember this being a thing in any of the previous issues, but maybe it happened in a different Murder World story. He has this new technology where he basically just attaches his head to anybody in the Murder World. So he's put his head on the body of this woman in a very scantily clad outfit. This is the stuff of nightmares, friends. It's a very odd look. I'm not kink shaming anybody. If that's your thing, get it, brother. Get it, sister. But it definitely was a moment when I turned the page and saw that panel, and I was like, what is happening with Arcade? What is he wearing? What is going on here? So Anti-Arcade is disturbing is the nice way to put it, Callie. I agree. But it gets worse later. It has to get worse before it gets better. The action
is a drag.
The action is very well executed here. The edits, when you get your close-ups, when you get your far-off shots, the movement, I think June Brigman's doing a great job here of navigating the pace of this sequence and giving us just the right amount of adrenaline all the way through. So this is working really well. I agree. The backgrounds are very simple, but it's a desert. What do you expect?
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Well, well said. And let's jump into this next bit, because we're still, we got some Top Gun, flight tricks going on here.
One lousy Top Gun gif.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on, I was expecting.
Well, after I did the Mad Max thing, I set myself up for a high bar, so that's my fault. That was my bad. But yeah, so we get some more cool maneuvers that Nightcrawler puts on. I know he had a few experiences with the jet overall, so I think he can fly this thing a little bit. But the girl is concerned. She's like, hey, well, first she's trying to warn him, look out behind you. He has to do some really cool spins to kind of get out of this stuff, which he pulls off. And then Nightcrawler flies off. And in Nightcrawler's mind, he realizes that if he doesn't do anything to go after Arcade, they're just going to go into the next scene after the next scene after the next scene,
right,
and nothing's going to change. So he knows I gotta do something different to get out of this. Meanwhile, the girl has no idea. She thinks that Nightcrawler just up and left him and is a coward and just whatever. Like that guy's not a hero at all. He just drives off, flies off. So she keeps driving. And meanwhile, you got Arcade, who's enjoying himself in the middle of these pages here, cracking up, wondering, this is whatever it is. Because he's laughing that he thinks Nightcrawler's running away. Miss Locke points out, actually, that's the cowardice is unlike Nightcrawler, and maybe he's being deceptive. And he's like, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, Miss Locke, he's gonna die, that nothing's gonna work. All this stuff he has lined up, he's not worried about. And then they go to, I guess, like Tokyo, or I don't know where they went, but they're in this big city, and she doesn't really feel comfortable with the looks that she's getting and everything when she finally runs out of gas. But she gets introduced to this. It looks like Miss Locke almost.
Apparently, there's a haircut that was like on sale because everybody's got it. I guess.
Yes,
But it could be a character based on the physique and look of Miss Locke, like we've seen.
I was thinking with the dress,
a robot. Yeah.
So she basically is like trying to sell this like look that she's looking in the window, which is really like a copy of her. And she goes, "Hey, I'm a copy, just like what you're looking at in the window, and you could be too. You could live here forever." Trying to sell her on, basically staying in Murder World. And then she gets there's a bunch of people that basically pull out knives and daggers, and so she's threatened now between going with this girl or dying, basically. So that's where we're left off in these pages before the hero comes in. But John, any thoughts here on wrapping up the plane ride and then going into this odd bit with
I think this is, it probably happened earlier for me, but this is definitely for me where this book is just like, it's so absurd. Like there's no logic, rhyme, or reason. So it's hard to be emotionally invested when it's just chaos, right? And even our hero that we're supposed to be going on an emotional journey with bugs out, and we don't even know why and where he's going or any of that. So the story wheels are coming off for me a little bit here, and it is disappointing. And I don't know the function of being like in a desert in like old school biplanes, and then now we're in like Chinatown, and there's like clone prostitution, and it's like there's just like we were just fighting giant sharks in a river with logging equipment. Like I don't know quite like the function of this being just so random at this point, and it's never going to get explained, and so you just have to go with it. But my suspension of disbelief was definitely lagging at this point, and I was kind of just over it. And the only thing that kept me going is yet another phenomenal June Brigman drawing of Miss Locke. I don't think you could pop that hip more. It's been popped. Like it's been popped. That hip is popped. Just be careful, Miss Locke. You might have to see a chiropractor after popping that hip so much. Like, just be careful. I'm worried about your spine, alignment. But I'm 48. That's something you worry about.
That's a good point. Great points.
I love the drawing. Love the drawing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If I got this book signed by June Brigman, it would be on that drawing or right next to it, maybe in the gutter space.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There's plenty of space there. That's good. Well, let's see what happens here as this girl who, again, just to clarify, we still do not know her name. No. We find this out later. So this next page, we get Nightcrawler, who's back. He's come to save the day. And he decks the guy with the knife, and that actually is kind of accurate to the cover, because we did see him decking
Yeah.
somebody at the bottom
Yep.
corner, if we recall. But yeah, very Indiana Jones style, him swooping in from the rafter here. And then yeah, we get this this feature, John, as you pointed out before, where you get Arcade's head again on this other girl's body, kind of talking or reacting
Or disturbing us.
yeah, that don't count for much, fuzzball. Neither you nor your honey are getting out of murder world, is what it says. So he goes, you wanted that, you want to bet, bad guy, Nightcrawler, this isn't funny. And so he goes and kisses the fake robot essentially, and then throws it down into the water. And the girl's like, are you trying to piss these people off? Like, you're just like, he's like joking almost. He's clearly confident, and he knows something that she doesn't, and the reader doesn't. But yeah, he's got a lot of confidence. You see Arcade slamming his fist on the table there. He's annoyed. He goes, you got that right. He goes, the X-Man, as of right now, your history. And immediately, as again, as I'm reading this, John, I'm like, where are we going from here? You know, like where, you know, before I turn this page, I'm like, where, like, we only have 2 pages left. So like, how is this all going to wrap up in these last 2 pages? Sure enough, Claremont pulls it off. And the middle page here, you get a disturbance of Colossus. Our guy Colossus, Ryan, if you're in the chat, it's your boy Colossus, comes breaking through, ripping the walls open. Something seems a little shady, but we'll go with it. Rips it open, and then you get Wolverine slashing through, and Arcade is completely surprised. You get our girl Storm. We see her back in action. We see her throwing lightning bolts and taking out the computer systems. Everybody's there. Rogue is there, and of course you get left with Arcade on the ground. At first he's upset, he's angry, he's like questioning, like, what the hell? How the X-Men are here? How are they gonna? What? And then he realizes, oh my gosh, these are my robots. These are my own creations. That's right.
Yeah.
John, I don't know how he forgets such a key creation, but he did for a minute. And now he starts laughing. He's in a good mood now. So that's good, I guess. And essentially he's defeated, right? That's Arcade being defeated. The last page, we just get kind of a catch up on later up west, on the west side of Manhattan. You get the introduction now of who we find out is Judith. It basically explains, it's Nightcrawler explaining the robots and how he got them out of that, and how he knew that there was these robots that were created of the X-Men from long ago, from that issue 146 that we read. And he turned them all on. It was very much like March of the Wooden Soldiers, which, shame on me, I should have had, John. I should have had that as a gift, March of the Wooden Soldiers.
It's fine. I forgive you.
Missed opportunity.
You nailed the Mad Max.
So, then they get home, essentially, and there's these 2 guys that are there from the State Department. Colin Lewis is one of them. Colonel Max Rieger. From the Raritan National Guard, and he goes, National Guard, and he looks, and she goes, yeah, I'm Judith, and he realizes, or they're picking up Judith Razendil.
Yes. Sure, you can say it 4 or 5 times.
The last of the Elfbergs, John, the queen of Raritania. This is a huge reveal here.
Yes, huge, big deal.
And Nightcrawler's baffled. He's saying question marks. That's how baffled he is. So, John, that's how this wild issue ends, John.
It does.
How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling used, abused.
Like you just been through Murder World.
I'm saying there better be money on my dresser, is what I'm saying. I do feel like I don't know that this reference will click with you as it will for me and maybe Jackson and Ryan in the chat. Of a certain age, television shows would routinely end with characters throwing their heads back in laughter. And, I know you're a Naked Gun Police Squad fan.
Police Squad, for sure.
And they would often recreate these moments and sort of freeze, but stuff would keep moving around them in the background.
Yeah.
The pose of the X-Men in their laughing moment. The pose of Arcade in his laughing moment, and even Nightcrawler and the Queen Princess character have a moment of like, huh? And then like freeze frame and credits roll up. It gives me all the same 80s television, maybe even 70s television vibes.
You're right.
So I just absolutely think either with this issue, you either completely went along for the ride and just were like, it's the teacups, man. It spins you around, you puke. It's part of the fun. Or you were just like, dear Lord, what is going on with this story? I can't even keep up with it. And no, Candace, no, this character, no, nobody's heard of Judith Razendil, the Queen of Rurianthia and the last of the Elfbergs. Nobody knows this.
I googled it.
Insanity.
I googled it.
But it does not bode well for Amanda, who is probably better off wherever she's going right now. I'm just gonna say, poor Amanda.
I just remember first reading this, and I'm like, oh yeah, am I supposed to know? I'm like, I was like, a queen? Is it the queen? No. I just started trying to make sense of it all, and I just couldn't. So
yeah.
So there you have it.
Yes, these are the spare X-Men robots we have seen previously, and Nightcrawler was remembering where they were located, all that, and he just reprogrammed them and sent them in to do his bidding.
Yeah. I agree, John. This is an issue that you just got to go with it. And it is what it is kind of phrase, I feel like that's the phrase appropriate for this. I mean, there are some fun moments for sure. And it's Murder World. So at the end of the day,
the suspension of disbelief, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was entertained by the discussion for sure. This breakdown was a lot
more so than the actual experience.
Hey, sometimes we have those. Do you have final thoughts here, or and how would you grade this issue?
This is a very choppy story and a very uneven issue. So for me, it's very much like there are elements I really love about it, including what I think June Brigman does, storytelling panel to panel. I think there's a lot of fun energy and enthusiasm coming out of this from her that really makes this work. And it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. This is not Claremont operating on all cylinders. It is definitely one of his weaker issues. But I would also say the arcade issues routinely are among the weaker issues. And either they work or they are just a muddled mess. And this is more of a muddled mess for me personally. I do like some of the jokes and some of the fun, and I always am looking forward to an all Nightcrawler issue. They don't happen very often, but this just wasn't necessarily it for me.
Well said. Did you have a grade there?
Oh yeah, sorry, we're on scores. For me, I would probably rank this. I'll be nice. I'll give it a 6. This is probably a 6 for me. June, if it wasn't the artwork, this is going to get a much lower grade. I know that Magic Lasso loved it, and inversely, he didn't love some of the other issues we've talked about recently, and we did. So everybody's got their taste, right?
Yeah, no, it's a great point. It's a great point. And Ken, it's definitely not. I had no idea who she was there. Brother John says, "Boo, go back to talking about hip hop." We might have to wrap up with that. I'm with you. I mean, well, first of all, artwork for sure stands out. I think as a guest artist, I was pleasantly surprised. And again, I know, the cover, it wasn't really doing it for us, and certain specific things about the cover that I think that we had pointed out in the beginning. But I feel like I don't have that issue with a lot of the issue, a lot of the interior stuff. So I think it was just like maybe a bad choice. I think a lot of it was the sunset in the beginning of the cover that you had pointed out, John.
Which is the colorist. It's not the artist.
True. And but the detail in this stuff, and even just the way the action scenes tell the story, like you said, is very well done. So shout out to June Brigman for doing the pencil work in here, because I think it was crafted really well. So yeah, for me, I think a 6 is a fair. I think I'm right around there with you, around a 6. I appreciate that we do get to see some struggles with Nightcrawler in the beginning. And just seeing where his mind's at, and I hope I'm sure we will pick it up, but whoever, with Amanda and what kind of how that goes, but because we do like Amanda, so hopefully she comes back to him.
Yeah. Well, and there's definitely some writing moments that I loved, like seeing Nightcrawler think about the term slang, and like, I laughed out loud when he thought through that term, and I had a good chortle on it. So there are definitely some moments that I laughed at, but just not enough of those story moments for me. And again, it should have been a powerful journey of Nightcrawler's emotional state instead of just take another break from your life and go rescue somebody.
Yeah. I'm sure also you probably wanted more anti-arcade too, right? That was probably another downside.
Miss Locke could have definitely, and I'm
More
still
Miss
waiting
Locke.
on that Punisher in arcade world. The last arcade is what I'm looking for. The last murder world.
Or what about Miss Locke's solo series? She's coming out with her solo.
That would be the follow-up series. Miss Locke takes over Murder World, and it becomes a whole other kinky thing that I'm in for as well. Like, I don't. Again, we're solving problems here, folks.
There you go. All right, a few other highlights here. Adam says this is one of those issues in this era that I never bothered to reread. Read once and bagged 5.0. That's fair. And also keep in mind, folks, we are coming off of a damn near perfect issue in 203. So for anyone who was just like kind of reading these through, it is a roller coaster, of kind of like amazing and powerful stuff. And then, I mean, it is important to have these lighthearted issues kind of mixed in, but yeah, we are kind of just putting them next to each other. It is jarring. Claremont burned his brain out in the last two issues. Yeah, exactly. Roy Kirk. Exactly.
Too much beyond her.
Yeah, right. Yes, I did really enjoy this one and happy that the female artist was featured for Women's History Month. Great call, Ryan. And yeah, shout out to Women's History Month. So Roy Kirk giving it a 5.0. Bobby coming in with a 9.4. Arcade white suit pages. I love it. Boggy.
Boggy is in the chat. Yep.
Matt is giving it a 7.0. I like it. He says for the hip hop. Oh, he says, sorry, the hip hop is carrying the 7.0. There you go.
Yep.
I think that's fair. And then Miss Locked and Loaded. All right, gang. Well, there you have it. Arcade worst villain ever, says Bobby. And he still gave this a 9.4. Gotta appreciate the positivity that Bobby carries.
Always,
So let's see. As we wrap up, here are some of the numbers and details, key elements. Amanda, that I should correct that because you're right. She did leave him, but not because she wanted to leave him. She left him because she was going to work.
Yeah.
So that's you're right.
I will say, not to spoil anything, but we're not going to get a ton more Amanda Kurt love going forward.
Oh no,
he's entered. I don't know how many more issues she even appears in. It is kind of, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Man, he really screwed this up then.
He did.
He really screwed this up.
He's on a journey right now that's going to take him in a different direction.
He needs to get naked and put the little bamfs in front of him again.
He does. Get back to that Burt Reynolds pose on the couch. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, this is the important first appearance of Judith Razendel, Queen of Raritania.
Last of the elf somethings.
Yes.
There's no way this is on the slab, though, right? There's no way that's on.
There's
no way that CGC is like, oh, that's the first appearance of Judith. Yeah, Mother of Dragons, first of her name, last of her name, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Lord.
John, if you want to get a 9.8, it's only $65 fair market value.
Nope.
Just saying.
Nope.
Or $36 for a 9.6.
I'd give it to your wife to be put into a slot machine before I'd buy that.
I like that.
You more than likely get some money back at least.
Yes, you would. You would certainly make out pretty well. There's 183 on the census, John. Is that necessary?
Chet's working overtime. He's trying to get all them 9.8s. I get it.
Wow. All right. So that wraps that up, John. Before we get into questions here, let's just talk about the MVP. We have a lot of different options here. We could go with the hip hop, we could go with arcade.
Yes, no, nothing else.
We could go with anti-arcade. I put it up there.
Look,
I highlighted Nightcrawler shaking off the wetness like a dog.
It's cute.
or the team pose, as you pointed out at the end of
it's funny,
of the police squad, or Amanda Sefton making a smart move and moving on, or
the Queen's
the famous
bent
Queen
over stretching in the rain.
I think these are some huge opportunities for MVP moments. John, who's your MVP?
Miss Locke. I mean, come on, it's she's in like 7 panels in the whole damn book.
Not even.
I mean, it's absolutely Miss Locke. No, I mean Candace. That's a great point. I think Amanda definitely deserves some love for being the most emotionally stable X-Men romantic interest in any comic ever, like for all time. Like, who is more emotionally available than Amanda Sefton? It's a tragedy. But no, Miss Locke all day. Miss Locke is holding it down. And I do think these poses are amazing. You look just her and the Queen, like they're just doing it. No anything. But yeah, go ladies. The ladies are holding it down tonight.
So I agree with you, and just to add on to it as in an additional creative way, I'm going to say my MVP of the week is going to be June Brigman. That's who I'm putting down as my MVP, because that, I think, definitely guided us to a little bit of a higher grade for a lot of this.
Absolutely, she's carrying Chris Claremont.
Yes. So there you have it. Appreciate everybody leaving their comments here in the chat and hanging out with us. Don't go away. We got some questions for you. We are flying, by the way, John, which is kind of good, because I think I need it.
They always slow us down. They're weighing.
That's right. It's these damn.
They've always been the problem. It's never been you and I.
See, there it is.
Always been the guest.
I'm with you. I am with you. Let's get into the questions here. Like I said, don't go away. A reminder: we have giveaways at the end of the season, which is coming up. It's crazy, John. It's already March. Our season 6 is going to be coming to an end somewhat. It feels like kind of fast. So
3 months.
Be ready. We have some great giveaways, including the artwork that we showed at the beginning from the Fraim brothers. Definitely go check out their stuff. I put their link in the description. We're going to ask 4 questions. We are looking for 2 correct. Oh, John, how are we going to do this?
I think I pick the funny answers when it's your question. You pick the funny answers when it's my question.
All right, cool. I like that. So yeah, we're looking for 2 correct answers and 1 incorrect answer for one of us to choose per question as the funniest incorrect. So John, why don't you kick it off with your first question? Roy Kirk will drop the line.
Yes, sir. Last issue began with the flashback to the fight between Carol Danvers and Rogue on the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. They were battling. It was a fun kind of look back at that moment in time. Rogue, of course, defeats Carol, right? Steals her powers away. My question is, what does Rogue do to Carol after defeating her and stealing her powers? What does she do to Carol?
I feel like that was a long question, John. I don't know why.
Sorry, I mean, it was. I went on and on and on.
I zoned out for a second.
That's all right. Blacked out. The question is, what did?
What is the question?
What did Rogue do to Carol after taking her powers? I shrunk it down for you. And the answers are correct. The first 3 actually are all correct. Magic lasso, and then I got Adam mix stuff up, and Tony a little too slow.
So Ryan and Adam.
Magic lasso now says gets her Creon. Portrait pirate
steals Carol's groceries.
Just mean. You're just mean. You already stole her powers and her memories, and now you're stealing her groceries. Gave her a bad Yelp review. Yep. It's just mean. You got to pick the funny one here now. You got to pick the best funny one. It's on you.
That's right.
We've only got 3, I think, at this point.
That's right. I'm gonna give 3 more seconds here. I'm gonna pick one.
Mayor X-Men 204.
Brutal.
Shots.
Understand what it feels like to be a Miss
Marvel. Ms.
I'm gonna go with Impress Matt here.
Maddie.
That's a good one. They're all
All
good.
right.
All right. My first question. I got the wrong tab open here. My first question is, what weapon did Kitty Pryde show up with last issue? When we first ran into Kitty Pryde, she had a weapon with her. What was that first weapon, or what was that weapon that she had with her when we first saw her? And there's the line. Roy Kirk, my man, pots and pans.
All right, Matt and Tony.
Oh yeah,
correct.
Yeah, she had the soul sword. She had the armor as well.
Yeah.
We just found out that technically the New Mutants were dead. Other than Kitty, she was the only one that had any connection or recollection even of Illyana and her soul sword.
Darn beyond her.
Yeah. So yeah, looking for a funny answer. What weapon did she show up with? Ryan says breakdancing. Yeah, can see that.
Her sharp wit.
Like it. I like it. These could
Kitty showed up with a new outfit.
Wait.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, yeah, that's shocker.
Plot twist.
Give another few seconds here, and then
Cable's baby gun. Little baby. He's got a little baby gun.
Darth Vader's
lightsaber.
Classic.
The Macarena. I mean, just because we're not talking enough about Baby Cable, Bobby, I'm going to give it to you. Baby Cable's baby gun. I like it. I like it. So right back at you, buddy.
There you go.
Plus, we need to get more Bobby in here. Always more happy to see Boggy in the chat. All right. My second question. Let's see. Yes. We see Rachel, the new Phoenix, and she's using the Phoenix Force in a crazy sort of way. She goes all the way to the M-Cron crystal. And who do we find guarding the M-Cron crystal?
The line has been dropped.
Who is guarding the M-Cron crystal? Spelling matters. I'm very curious how this goes.
Could be a layup too, technically, for some funny answers.
But you got to type it right. It's gonna spell check it. It's gonna try to flip it on you.
we want no excuses here. By the way, while we're waiting, I want to remind everybody that John and I and our good friend Daryl are going to be streaming live this Sunday at 11 o'clock Eastern to talk some more Black Panther. So any of you Black Panther fans out there want to join in on the fun, I'll set up the stream. I think, John, did we talk about whose channel it's going to be on?
I thought this was your turn, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. Yes, there it is. So, continuing our journey on learning more about Wakanda and Black Panther and everyone else and this is now the pre stuff. So we're going back further than Hudlin technically. So I know we're reading the first 12 issues, so I'm about halfway done. So I'll be ready for Sunday.
Yes, sure. Indeed. This omnibus has about 36 issues, so we're about a third of the way through it.
Nice. Okay.
Correct answers is my name is Jeff. And that's how you spell it. So
yes, that's what we were looking for.
I was definitely looking for that and Impressed Comics, but we got some funny ones. We got some comedy in there.
So Ryan and Matt. So we did have Bobby saying Chod. Adam says, "Oh my God, I even looked that up last week." Come on, Adam.
You did. I'm so proud of you then.
Diana Ross, classic answer. Classic. Can't go wrong with that. Diana Ross in a new wig. Ryan one-ups Bobby there.
Always.
Arcade, Candace says, I like that. I like it. Kermit. Adam says it's Kermit. Betsy Ross coming from Bobby. The
M-Cron Crystal Game. There's a joke there somewhere. I don't know if that's a musician named Crystal Gale that I've never heard of.
I like it. I like it.
I feel like I missed something. Rachel Breakfast. Oh no,
the Grouch in his.
That implies the existence of Rachel Lunch.
Yeah, wait, hold on. What does that mean? Oh man.
Too many Rachels.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right, it's my turn to pick.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Who
Um,
are we hooking up?
Man, it's tough because it really is. I'm just being honest. I'm being real here, John. It's my favorite answer. Yeah, it's my favorite answer, and it'll always be one of my favorite answers for anything that comes up. I got to go with Bobby Chiod.
Yep.
There it is.
Well
Thank you, Bobby.
Well played.
All right. Well, my last question. How did? Oh wait, let me read the right one. What was written on Kitty's shirt? Drop the line, Roy Kirk. What was written on Kitty's shirt?
Crystal Gale sang a song called "Don't Make It My Brown Eye." Don't make my brown eyes blue.
I thought you were gonna say "Don't make it brown."
Yeah. I was trying to do it like a radio announcer. Hey, here we got Crystal Gale singing "Don't Make My Brown Eyes Blue."
That's pretty good. Hey, we got Gore in the chat.
Candace,
Professor X is a jerk.
What? I'm wearing it tonight. Maybe you saw it. Maybe you noticed. I thought I was slouching well enough that nobody would see it, but you had to say it.
Gore said Team Scott. Let's see. Her shirt said Michael Jackson. I think she didn't she have a Michael Jackson?
At one point, she did have a Michael Jackson shirt. Like a Thriller.
I like that answer, Bob. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
Entrance is in the front.
Awkward. So far, I've seen one correct answer though. Somebody else just needs to copy it.
Only one. So
there's one out there.
Yeah, Professor X is a jerk. I like the Michael Jackson comment because she did at one point wear one with him on it. I'm with stupid, Bobby says.
And look, Empress is saying it too. I think people are copying each other.
Oh, maybe, yeah, a lot of
trying to get that. Where's the correct answer?
Magnum PI, Adam says.
I do like that, Adam.
Tom Selleck.
Okay, there's the second correct answer. Yep.
Wow, hold on. Let's check his spelling here. Hold on. Is it confirms that right? Wow.
No capital H.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Proper name.
Yeah, you're right.
It is Hawaii.
We'll give it to you, Tony. All right, so Tony and Ryan. Yes, Hawaii was the answer. She just had a white shirt on, and in a script it just said Hawaii. That's what she was rocking.
And I'm giving my comedy point to Candace for not only a funny answer, Professor X is a jerk, but my shirt, the fact that I was wearing the shirt. So Candace, the very first answer.
There you go.
I'm giving it to Candace.
Nicely done. Candace on the board.
A bonus point. And Candace, I gotta say, I gained a little bit of sympathy for you tonight, listening to Justin's hip hop review, being in the chat and feeling like you're just lost. They're throwing out names like this producer is this person and that. And I'm like, I don't know what any of these things mean, but I'm enjoying the company and the discussion and the fun of an experience. So I referenced you in his chat. If you guys missed it, little shout out. I'm a musical moron. I make no bones about the fact that I'm musically stunted, but I do enjoy being occasionally exposed to music outside of my comfort zone, which is very narrow 50s soul music. But outside of that, I've been enjoying Justin's hangouts with Noah and John. They've been reviewing albums and spending a lot of time discussing them. And I've made an effort to listen all the way through at least once to every single album that they do, just so that I can hang out in the chat and engage with it. So if you guys missed the stream they did tonight, they did Tribe Called Quest. They've done Kendrick Lamar. They've done Garbage. Yeah, was it Boston? Yeah, Boston. Yeah. So definitely worth going and watching some of those things if you want to expand your musical knowledge, which I desperately need to do, but don't necessarily want to do, like a kid being made to eat their vegetables. Thanks for that, John. And Gore too. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, we are having a lot of fun with breaking down the music that we're breaking down here. So it's a fun journey and a little something for everybody, I think, certainly has gotten me to listen to some albums that I've never, that I didn't think I'd revisit. So shout out to SideQuest Comics in the chat. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. We were actually just talking about you, Eric. In a good way. Good way. It's potential that your episode might move a few weeks. Yeah, sooner. We might have to bump it up. I'll DM. Justin will reach out and let you know what that looks like. We just might need to make that adjustment. Hopefully, it won't impact your schedule any. Yeah.
And yeah, Bobby F Sentinels. Yeah, F them.
Yep, indeed.
T-shirt saying Justin's OnlyFans dream girl is Jessica Drew. I mean, I
That's a
do
good one.
love Jessica
That's a good
Drew,
one.
and John. We were just talking about my buddy's what's it, the Super Comic Wizard doing the ladies challenge on March Madness.
Yeah,
over on Instagram. If you guys are not participating,
I haven't
it's a lot
noticed.
of
I haven't
fun.
noticed. I haven't been posting Poison Ivy books all day long.
Yeah. So Jessica Drew is actually going up against someone we I think no, not Storm, someone that we were just talking about. Anyways, yes, sorry, Super Demon Wizard. Sorry, Aaron,
Yes.
my buddy Aaron. She is going up because I was like, oh, maybe I will post some for her, but
she's going up against Catwoman. You were
and I was
just sharing
like Catwoman. Yeah.
She doesn't stand a chance. No chance.
She doesn't.
I have my money on Catwoman making the finals. I have a feeling Storm is going to get knocked out. I'm scared.
John has put a lot of thought and a lot of theory into
I'm way overthinking this
March Madness. I've never seen him be into sports like this before. It's so great. It really is.
It's not.
Tanya Tucker music. You know, Ryan, I am borderline choosing I might choose a country album for my next one. It's my turn to pick, actually. So
what's wrong with you people?
It's gonna be a good one if I do. So Ryan,
there's no such thing.
You know. Let's see. I still want John to start recording reels, a playlist that Justin and I send to him. Oh,
is this John or is this John Big Daddy or I don't know which John? Start recording reels of playlists. I don't think that's me. It's got to be the other John, right?
Yeah, maybe his reaction, because I know I've been sending him certain reels on music. Maybe I think Matt's talking about.
Got it.
Let's see, scrolling through. Gore says, I'm looking forward to that Spice Girls retro. Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll have to. Oh, that's what I didn't recap. Gore was my experience with Backstreet Boys. I was gonna recap on that show. We'll save it for next time.
Classy.
Yeah. Side Quest says he's flexible. Yeah, cool, man. I will. Yeah, I'll reach out to you. And
me neither, buddy. I'm not flexible like
not
you.
in that way. Yeah. Lady A is great too, Ryan. I agree. All right, gang. I think we covered everything, right, John? Did we get
yes,
everything?
Sir.
We're at an hour and 20 just because we're just kind of shooting the shit now. So that's great. Well, shout out to the chat. Thank you as always for hanging out with us and spending your Tuesday evenings with us. Shout out to Dan, even though Dan, I know we missed you. That's okay. I know it's probably just a misunderstanding. We will get you back here another time. We love you, dude. Definitely, we'll be in touch and we'll figure something out even for next season or something like that. But yeah. Otherwise, John, dude, thanks for doing this with me always, man. And you know, a little nostalgia, you know, coming back to just you and I here
to the early days.
Yeah. We were already into questions like in the hour mark. You know, it's pretty crazy.
It's been a while since we've been that far along.
Yeah.
And next week, a lot of fun. We're back to Barry Windsor Smith, that wonderful Weapon X looking cover where he's Wolverine.
Yeah,
that's right. 2 weeks. Yes, on the
Good call,
what was that, the 17th?
Yeah. So be ready. We'll take a break off of there, and then we'll be back. On a side note, a little mention on my end. I am live a lot this week. I've been getting back into it a little bit here and there, but Wednesdays I've been trying to get back in the new comics. I know. I don't know if I'm going to make it next this Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be doing New Comic Book Day, as I've been trying to do, keep up with. And then Thursday, I will be live with Kate and Dave, Four Corners Comics, over here on this channel to talk about, John, one of the series that you love, Human Target from Tom King.
Oh, yes.
And Greg Smallwood. We'll be breaking down the 12-issue series.
There's a great collected single hardcover out now.
I saw that. Did you get it?
I bought it because and then I gave away my 2 slim hardcovers to Perry. So
nice.
They're in a box ready to ship out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I do have the two.
They're great.
Yeah.
So
we're doing that Thursday, 9:00, and then John, I'll be back with John and Daryl. Read Your Comics, I think, on this channel to be talking about the Black Panther stuff that we just discussed. So looking forward to all of it. Hopefully, I have a voice for all of it. I even have there's a con coming up this Saturday too. I got to make sure my voice is good for that too. Thank you, Gore. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for everybody hanging out. Make sure you're following John for 2 weeks from now. Smash that like button on the way out. Until next time, we will talk to you later. Peace.